Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Barbara Radzevicius and I'm Bondi Quilter. In this episode we'll talk mainly about quilts, quilt making, and I have done some knitting and finished it, so it's going to be interesting. I have made and finished a hat. That's good. This is my very simple pattern of 100 stitches cast on and 2 fingering weights held together and marled. This is for my daughter. She has claimed it, she likes it, and they're her colours for work. So it is freezing cold here, friends. It has rained for like 3 weeks now, day and night, and it is so cold. I mean, compared to Canada, it's not cold, freezing, but you know, it is cold. And yeah, so perfect time. I'm starting to feel much better thinking about my quilting projects, and I am getting on with it. So let's have a look at this one. In the last episode, I was talking about the power of quilt making, and the process of making quilts is very helpful in recovery from trauma, from major operation, from just a healing process of keeping your mind occupied at a certain level of relaxation and making something that is really beautiful. And I think this helps so much in my personal, and I'm sure, you know, it would help anyone recover and just take it easy, you know, for the first month and a half, 2 months after major surgery and a traumatic experience, to just relax and help the body heal. And yeah, just very grateful to have something to do, you know, at home when I'm sitting here and just thinking about when I can get back to my sewing machine, the quilts that I've got to make yet, and it's just really peaceful, and I am so grateful. And I'm thinking, you know, this is a helpful type of occupation for those who, you know, just want to take it easy. And remember, when the people in the First World War were recuperating after they had shell shock and that, they were given knitting to do. And knitting is so repetitive, and it helped them find themselves again and recover slowly. And I think this just working with our hands is so important, because even if we're not very good at it, you know, it is something that we're making and thinking about and putting all our thoughts into relaxing and just repeat actions. And I just love it. I love fabric, friends. I love yarn and fabrics and paints and pencils, coloured pencils. A lifelong affair with coloured pencils since I was about 3 years old. I just love them, and yeah, I think this is my peaceful, happy place. I'm so grateful. So just a short word on the operation that I had. It was a high anterior bowel resection, and it was a result of the years of diverticulitis that I've had, and the antibiotics just weren't helping that much anymore, and so I had to have the operation. And I'm so grateful, you know, to the specialists that I had and the hospital. Prince of Wales Hospital is a big hospital here in Australia. It's a big training hospital, and it's just had a lot of renovations, and it is big. And so grateful, you know, that we have free for everyone to have medical treatment. And yeah, So I had that about 3 weeks ago, and I have to wait 3 more weeks so that I can sew on my sewing machine, and I can't wait for that. But I thought I would just fill you in on, you know, the operation that I had, and there was things that could have gone, you know, south, but it didn't, and I'm so grateful. And yeah, I thought I would just say that because some have been inquiring about what type of operation I had and everything. It was a major surgery, so it is taking me at 72 a bit of time to get over, but I will. And I'm looking forward to going out, buying fabrics, and just walking around outside again. Can't wait. Go to the beach. But in a one-piece swimming suit because the body has scars. But yeah, so grateful, and thank you to everyone who wished me well, and I am so happy to see you all here. This is my butterfly quilt, and I am sewing the black hexagons now onto the perimeter of the center so that I can attach the colourful butterflies next. So yeah, hoping to get a lot done while I'm sitting here recuperating, and it's such a relaxing thing to do, you know, English paper piecing, because all the pieces are here together. I can't use a sewing machine, and just having fun hopefully completing some of my projects that need to be thought about. In every piece of this English paper piecing project and every piece of quilting that I do, I put, you know, my time and thoughts and expectations into it, and it is very meditative. It allows my body to heal while I'm sitting and relaxing, and my brain to relax and just admire the beautiful colours and patterns it makes. And I do love butterflies, and the fabrics are beautiful, aren't they? And I just love butterflies. So butterfly fabric. There are other fabrics in it too, but you know, this is going to be a great quilt when I'm finished. And I'll show you a close-up of me doing some whip stitching, which is the basis of English paper piecing when you've got all the little pieces together. So that'll be next. So I'm sitting here doing some hand sewing, some whip stitching mainly, connecting the black hexagons to the center. And first of all, I connect the black ones so that I have them in the shape going around. And now you can see I'm just connecting them, and I'm up to a pivotal part where we change direction. So where I change direction from going along here, we're coming to a point, and I need to be very crisp. So I connect this corner to the part where it's going to change shape again, and I put my bigger plastic peg on, and then I make very sure that everything is in line. And I don't want to connect the little ears either. You see there's little ears here. I make sure that they're not in the way when I sew, because I want them to be flat when I'm finished, when I iron it and take the papers out. I also don't want there to be knots in my cotton. I really like to get in close in the corners where it turns, and then just sew across, just making sure that I don't catch any of the pieces I don't want in the seam. And I like to give it a bit of a tug too, you know, so that you don't see the dark thread, the black thread on the front of the light colours. But as the main colour is black, and I only use black and white cotton, I think black is a better colour because white would show up too much on the black. And the cottons that I use are Gutermann's, and I really do like it. And it's quilting cotton, so it has a sort of a surface on it so that it doesn't knot, and I really do like it, especially for this type of handwork. You don't want little knots all the time holding you up. I don't use it for quilting, which is strange. I just use it for hand piecing. I find if you use just a cotton thread for this, and I give it a bit of a tug, it can break, and I don't want broken cottons and have to redo pieces. So I really prefer the quilting cotton. And then we come to these little pieces where it's black and black, and it's very hard to see in this light, but I can see them. Luckily I'm sewing in the morning light coming through that window, and I only want to catch the edge. These little pieces of triangles are so interesting when they're finished. And you look at them and you think, oh, I wonder how she did that. That's the thing with English paper piecing, it's very precise. Like here, you can see the little triangles where they fill the spaces. Nearly there. It doesn't take really that long to connect the pieces once you've got a roll going. And yeah, that's whip stitching. And this is how it looks on the front. Just take the peg up. Comes out really nice and flat. Got a nice little pile here of 1.5 inch squares to iron. I like ironing. Sometimes I like ironing. So these are my latest ones. I really like them. You know how it is, and pressing. I like to press with the papers in, and I write the date of when I've made each little block. Some I've found, 5 years ago. And when you press them, they come out really nice and ready to go away. I like to press the back too and get all the little ears facing in the right direction, the way that I want them to, and nice and flat. I have got water in the iron today, just an extra flattening boost. This one I only had a little tiny piece of salvage fabric left, and they are the only cats I could squeeze out of it. I think they're so cute. And the tail on that last little one. Stamps. I do love the mushroom print, and it reminds me of the Midsummer, if you ever watch Midsummer Murder on the BBC. And there's an episode about mushrooms and the avenging angel, and yeah, so interesting, all the different fungi. And these mice, I've made 2 of the mice blocks. This one. Peter Rabbit. So cute. It's more pressing than ironing. It's a nice little one. I do like this print. These are my scraps. I don't call my little bits of fabric that are left over scraps, really. I know it's a scrap, but you know, I save everything. Here's another one of the mice. Every time I make a mice block, I think of you, Helen, at the Mousy Makes podcast. Your mice are so beautiful. And you take them on trips with you. One last piece. There we go. That's my nice little pile for today. I'll put them with the others now. I have started some knitting, and it's about the 5th time this wool has had been to the pond and back again. But I'm hoping this time it will work. And I'm making this. So it's like a poncho. You remember the old ponchos that we used to wear in the 70s and 80s? So it is a poncho, but it is, it's also, you know, you can wear it straight across, and it's got some lace on the bottom, and it's called the Cloud Forest. No, it's not. Cloud Forest Studio is the designer, and it's Autumn Leaves linear top. And I'm making mine with this beautiful soft wool. And that's how far I've gotten, so you can see. And I'm doing it with 4mm needle on fingering weights, so it is lacy. I think it's lovely. I have another half of a repeat to do, and then I'll start the purling, which I don't mind. I don't mind purling at all. Mainly because I'm an old-fashioned English knitter, so I throw the yarn around. I haven't got the continental thing because most of the patterns are written for right-handed people, and I'm a left-handed knitter, so I'd say my patterns are in reverse mirror image because of the way I read the graphs and everything. So this is my new project that I am really looking forward to. I think this colour is called Brambles, and it might be Fleece. I could be wrong on that. But next time I'll tell you when I have more done. So that is my knitting for this week. I do love knitting, you know, it's so relaxing, and when it turns out for me, it is very good. So hoping to get a poncho done. I know one of my daughters, Sky, would like a poncho, and yeah, I must have crocheted a fair few of them when my girls were little, so I've got 4 girls, and they are all like those sort of things. Even my friend made ponchos for my girls, so, you know, they like them. And they're jumpers without sleeves, so, you know, very handy. And that is my knitting for the week. I haven't ordered any more yarns. I am thinking about using, I have a fair few skeins of fingering weight sock yarn, and I want to use most of them up. They are beautiful, but you can only knit so many socks. And yeah, so I'm going to try and do that. And I do like making hats. And see, I made this one too. This is a grey one, and I like making them with a mohair or another yarn, so 2 yarns together, and it comes out really soft, and they make great gifts, I've found. So that is my knitting to date. I have done more sewing because I'm recuperating here, and slow stitching is helping a lot. I'll show you what I'm doing. I found a skein of the wool, and it is Holscomb Haya, H-A-Y-A, and it's 70% baby alpaca, 20% mulberry silk, and 10% yak. It is beautiful, and the color is mauve. It's really beautiful and soft, and it's a luxe, isn't it? I love the color, but you know, I love jewel colors. This one is beautiful, but I am hoping this time we will be successful and get a garment out of it. We'll see. I've just finished knitting this hat. It's really colourful, and I'm wanting to use up a lot of my one skein balls, and these are the colours that I used. It's got little nips in it, very pretty. So I used that as the base colour, and the end of this ball, this is one that Sylvia gave me, and this is what happens with the marling effect. So just knitting them both together on a 4.5mm needle, a little needle, and that's all I've done. I cast on 100 stitches for this one. I fold it and we have a better look, and then for the crown I just cast off every 15 stitches. I cast off one each side of a stitch until it got a bit tight, and then I changed my DPNs. But yeah, I think it's really nice. It's already been claimed by my daughter, who really likes it, so that's good. And I do like making hats. They're so easy and they're great gifts. Thought I'd show you a few of my favourite books, my quilting books. I've had these for a long time. This is Bowsers and Mouses. Bowsers and Meowsers. Debbie Mum book. Beautiful and so good for inspiration, just looking at. And housing projects. We all like the little house blocks, don't we? I love them. And this is a particularly nice little construction of a house. So yeah, have a look with me at my books. I thought I'd show you a couple of my favourite quilting books that I bought in 1990s, maybe late 1990s, and they're like magazine books, but these are, I've got about 4 of them, I think, and these are my favourite. I just like looking at them, you know, it's inspiration. And this one is Housing Projects by Nancy J. Martin. These beautiful little houses, and there's projects that you can do with it. So beautiful. And she gives you all the measurements and everything for making them if you want to, but you can always, you know, adapt. I really like this house construction. And then, yeah, a lot of projects. I really like some of the projects in the back, but I don't think I've ever made any really. Shows you the techniques used, stuff that you need. So I know what I want to show you is on the next page. But look, a magazine holder for your quilt books and patterns maybe. It's perfect, isn't it? So yeah, a very nice book, this one. Housing projects. Remember Debbie Mum? She had these fabulous animals and things, and this one's called Bowsers and Mowsers. I think this was 1996 this book came out. I probably got it a couple of years later, but aren't they just so lovely? And I photocopied and enlarged the patterns to my, you know, to the size I wanted. But look at that. That's a quilt. Such fabulous cats. I'll show you the colour. Sorry about the glare. Aren't they lovely dogs? Just beautiful. She's so good at doing this sort of thing. The cats. T-shirt. This is a lovely quilt. And the dogs. That's a nice project. I love my dog. A little Scotty dog. Yeah, just a few more pictures. And then a lot of projects to do. Gee, you can see I've enlarged and everything. Just beautiful. She also made buttons and all sorts of things. That's the back page. I love my cat. You probably can still buy these magazine type books. I really love them. Mine are well used. Just looking at them, you know, when I feel that I need some inspiration or something, have a look at these beautiful pictures. This is a puzzle John's been working on for the last couple of days. 3,000 pieces. And it is beautiful. I would love to have it framed. Does anyone know how you frame jigsaw puzzles? I know there's kits you can buy, but professionally, I would like to hang it on the wall. It's a Ravensburg puzzle, and it's called, I'm not sure what it's called. On the side there. No, that's not the name. Ah, Secret Sydney. But isn't it beautiful? I think it's lovely. I would love to have it on the wall just there. I'm looking for a new picture. That one's been there for 20 years. But yeah, love to know how to frame a jigsaw puzzle. It's a big one, and I think it's lovely. Let me know if you have any thoughts on how to make a jigsaw puzzle into a framed picture. That would be great. This is the second puzzle John's going to do after my operation. He loves doing puzzles, and this one is spice spoons. So interesting. It's from Temu. I think it's 1,000 pieces, but such a neat picture. Can't wait for him to finish it. Won't take long. And the spoons are so interesting, aren't they? All different spices. Yeah, should be fun. 2 acquisitions this week, and they're sewing acquisitions. And the super cheap fabric company here has had a sale on, end of year sale. And I bought 2 pieces, 3 meters of each to make 2 dresses with sleeves. This is the first one, and there is a theme. So I'm thinking this will make a fab dress, and my favorite colors. So this one, and this one is a thinner fabric and probably good for summer. I think they both are. And this is the second one. Very graphic. And I think it'll look great as a dress, so yeah. Really nice prints, and I think I might make 2 hinterland dresses with sleeves this time. We'll see how we go. That's it for this week, friends. So happy to see you. So it's just good, isn't it, to be back and having fun with our projects. And if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye, friends.